critical component of math learning in our classroom is the integration of other subjects, as well as putting math into perspective and context for students. We often accomplish this using read-alouds. This book, The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle, is about a ladybug looking for someone to fight, and from sunrise to sunset, the story follows the ladybug using little clocks at the top. At the time, my students were learning about how to tell time, and we used inspiration from this book to create our very own story called The Grouchy Teacher. The story begins with there was once a teacher who was tired of telling her class to be quiet. One morning, this grouchy teacher woke up and decided not to go to school. Instead, she stormed off to find someone else to teach her class. The students then go on to create a page, including the same miniature clock, where the grouchy teacher meets different characters along the way, always asking them to teach her class. At the very end, the teacher finally encounters a talking volcano that shoots her back across the earth, back to her classroom, where she decides to go back to her classroom because that's all she wants. So again, we integrated our learning time by creating our own story. We've also done this after reading a multiplication book called Each Orange Had 8 Slices. This book is a series of scenarios. On my way to school, I saw 3 little kids. Each kid rode a tricycle. Each tricycle had 3 wheels. The author then asks how many little kids were there, how many tricycles were there, how many wheels were there, and all. Basically, it's an exploration and problem solving. From this, my students decided to create a book called The Brilliant Backpackers Go All the Way Around the World. Each of them decided to write a math story problem involving multiplication. On my way to LA, I saw 10 lowriders. Each lowrider had 4 fat tires. How many lowriders were there? How many fat tires were there in all? And then they illustrated it. I believe this really helped students put math into context, as in seeing the world around them using multiplication eyes.